You know, you hear the Republicans talking about a lot of voter fraud, and they've usurped a lot of our election, and they've made it a lot difficult. They have made so much difficult. In fact, I just registered to vote by mail because I'm in DC. So I set up to register by mail, and they made it as difficult as possible. Difficult as possible. But you know what? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? We are going to still get it done. I want to go ahead and play you right now who is really responsible in this country for voter fraud. Check this out, and then we'll take it on the other side.
As Republicans attack the integrity of elections they might lose, and with nonstop fear-mongering about fraudulent votes being cast. They did it in the past election, and so, with less than 9 months to the midterms, it's time to keep an eye out for that again. But here's an interesting thing. It turns out that most of the alleged voter fraud that has actually been documented, which is minuscule, like count on your fingers kind of thing, has been carried out by Republicans. Take, for example, the state of Florida, a retirement community northwest of Orlando known as The Villages, where 4 residents were accused of casting more than 1 ballot in 2020, once in Florida, again in their home states. 3 of them were Republicans, the 4th had no party affiliation. So with that in mind, there's another story that's been grabbing Floridians' attention. Allegations of canvassers improperly switching elderly voters' party registration. It was first reported back in December with this 84-year-old in a Miami community known as Little Havana.
One of the political and social organizations who are registered with the state as a third-party voter registration organization who regularly canvass neighborhoods and help people register, they came calling, she said. Her family believes she trusted the paperwork they gave her and signed it, only to learn they were registering this lifelong Democrat as a Republican.
Since that story aired, the Miami Herald found that more than 100 people who live in a pair of Miami public housing towers changed their political party affiliations during a recent 3-month period, adding to questions about whether some residents' party affiliation was changed without their consent.
So who is it, again, responsible for voter fraud? I mean, it is clear. And if you look at the conviction that has occurred in Pennsylvania, in Arizona, in Florida, in North Carolina, not one of them were for Democrats. Now, they tried to get a Democrat the other day, and they were unsuccessful. They had to run to another county to try to get him pressed in another county. Imagine that. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel, and number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.